Thank you for welcoming me onto your screens. I'm Eddie, and this is the Rollback. Folks, I have been gone for a minute. I do apologize, mostly. Just trying to get some things in order as far as production value is concerned. I have a green screen here. I don't know if it's working. We're going to find out. Also lights, also a better camera. But I am back. And what better film to start off with than... What movie we're starting off with? Do we have to? Yeah, okay. Morbius! Shit! It wasn't that bad. Morbius. So, a film about the... I feel like it's an overplay to call it an iconic comic book character. Morbius is essentially Marvel Dracula, except when they actually have the real Dracula, which I've seen them use the real Dracula. And then there's Blade, and I'm sure there has to be some other vampires there. But nonetheless, so Michael Morbius is a scientist with a rare disease that should kill him while he's young. He's trying to find a cure. He's trying to enable himself and his brother Milo to be able to live normal lives, along with other people that do happen to have this very certain disease. And then everything goes off the fucking rails from there. It's odd because this film actually had a good idea. Like a solid fucking premise. Like, disease, we need to cure it. Like me and my brother, agony. Fair enough. And then there's another point where they mention, what can be done to deal with this disease to help better our lives and whatnot. Morbius inevitably does find this cure, through these vampire bats that are able to live exclusively off of blood. They're able to break down the blood to make it into nutrition for their body. So he thinks, if we can apply this to us, we'll be good. Essentially, it turns him into a goddamn vampire, which is fine. Like, I'm cool with that. And he's very reluctant to share it with his brother, saying, like, this turns you into a monster. I don't want that for you. Which, again, I can get on board with that. That's a solid reason for not wanting your brother, your kid brother, I believe, to become a fucking vampire. But then things kind of fall off the rails when Milo decides, we're the next step in the human evolutionary process. Because, that worked out for all these other bad guys. There's other portions of the film that focus on, the ethicness of, should we be doing this or not? Murders. He is, framed for a killing, I guess. And just, breaks down essentially to brother versus brother. Like, we shouldn't hurt people. Yes, we should. Fuck them. And then it falls off the goddamn wall from there. Here's the thing. On the pro side of it, one, I like the effects. I like the weird smoky lighting, effects like that. I kind of like that. That's different. I like the fact that everything slows down in motion because his senses are so, off the wall. I like his echolocation. I like that stuff. Props to them in that capacity. But here's the thing. The cons mainly come from the story itself. I understand the fact that his brother wanted the cure, but they never made explicitly why, or they never framed it. On a personal level, what they should have done... Also, I didn't go over the casting real quick. Let me go over the casting. We have one Jared the Joker Leto, playing Michael Morbius. You cheating bastard. No, I'm kidding. I understand why he did it. God damn it. What could have been. Anyway, we also have Matt Smith playing Milo Morbius. It's a bit odd. So he's actually partially an original character. His actual comic book name is called Hunger. He's a completely different character, but for the purpose of the story, they kind of tweaked it to make him somewhat of an original character, Milo Morbius. Michael Morbius' little brother, who also happens to suffer from the same disease. His brother from another mother, who is somehow rich, I think. Yeah, it's somewhere along that line. We also have one Miss... What's her name? We have one Miss... I'm going to butcher this. Adrina Manoff. I know I am Hispanic, but I'm not familiar with this last name. Arjoff. That name, playing Martin Bancroft. She's meant to be an AOC-inspired kind of character. she's meant to be like this, like, you know, witty person that has some backbone personality to them, which, you know, good for her. Fair enough. I respect that. A fellow doctor who is also Michael Morbius' girlfriend, emotionally supportive and solidly acted throughout this film. She wasn't really part of the problem in this one. Lastly, we also have one Mr. and I can't believe this one. And lastly, we have one Mr. Jared Harris of Sherlock fame. No, not that Sherlock. That Sherlock, or the RDJ Sherlock. The one that I really hope we get a third one soon. But anyway, he is playing Dr. Emmett Nicholas. Kind of a father figure to the boys. A scientist who does recognize Morbius' his talents, his skills, you know, his intelligence to be a scientist. At one point, and I kind of like this one little part, when Milo is kind of collapsing and whatnot, he recognizes what's wrong with the machine. He's able to fix it with just like a ballpoint pen. The doctor even says, that machine took a team of scientists to build, and you fixed it with a ballpoint pen. Goddamn, kid. And they go from there. Again, this movie, one, it's not as bad as people are making out to seem. It does not deserve a 17 on Rotten Tomato. It deserves better than that. Then again, fuck Rotten Tomato to some certain degree. Like, it's not the end all be all. I feel like maybe this guy review bombed just because it's not a film made by a very specific film studio. But nonetheless, that said, on the story aspect of this film, there are a few notes that I've got that could have maybe improved the film a little bit. One, I think it just comes back to the villain. Maybe if Milo wasn't instead like, oh, we're the next step in the evolutionary process. Maybe instead, if he had had a little more of a human reason, maybe this film would have been more liked. Imagine this play. Imagine this setup. Milo, instead of him being, oh, hey, you know, next step in human evolution, what if he was just in constant pain the whole film? They make it a point that he's in pain. His legs hurt all the time. His back hurts all the time. Everything hurts. And he just wants the pain to stop. Please, Michael. I want the pain to stop. And then go from there. Have him, he takes the serum, but he's regretful of it. You know, Michael can get pissed with him and he says, I just didn't want to hurt anymore. I just didn't want to feel this. I wanted to walk one time in the grass without my bones feeling like they're about to break, like they're made of glass. And go from there. Boom, you have your motivation. He just didn't want to feel any more pain, and he's regretful for what he did, but he needs blood. He can't control it. He's the cautionary tale of what would happen to Michael if he lost control. And then you have a heartbreaking fight at the end where he's fighting his bloodlustful brother, and his brother says, do it. Like, this isn't me. I'm not a monster. Do it. And Michael kills him. Have him, there were, I think he had, 2 or 3 things that could kill a vampire, if I'm not mistaken. Have 2 of them break in the fight. There's only 1 left, and Michael's debating on what to do with it. And his brother says, I need you to free me, please. Please. I made the mistake and it made me like this, but you can be the one to release me from this. Please, brother. Please. I don't want to be a monster. And Michael mercy kills his brother. And that's heartbreaking, and that's good. I like that adds so many more layers to it. And have Milo say thank you. Thank you for saving me one more time as he dies. And now there's this burden that Michael has to deal with of being this bloodthirsty vampire and deciding I'm going to have to be a force for good. If I'm going to have to eat people, it's going to have to be bad guys. And go from there. Boom. There's your story. But god damn it. Look, anyway, Morbius is not that bad of a film. Like, it does not deserve all the hate it's getting. On a personal level, I liked it. Not as much as like Venom, but it was fine. It was like just below Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Like, it wasn't bad. It's a C. It's a C. I'll give it that grade. Maybe Jared Leto will come back finally. Also, there's rumors that this will be a part of like an extended Sony villain verse. There's supposedly like Venom might face off with these guys, or it might be like Venom, Morbius, the Vulture. maybe even Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man is going to be the Spider-Man of this particular universe, and we're going to get like a big fight there, which, I mean, Venom and Spider-Man versus like a series of bad guys, that sounds pretty badass. I just want to know what their motivation is going to be. Just keep their motivations good and they'll be fine. Like this. It's not that fucking hard, just give them good motivation. I'm going off topic here. Anyway, folks, this is my first review in, been 2 months, maybe 3? It's been a while. I do apologize. I am going to try to do this a little more frequently. Again, production value. We'll find out how this is all going to pay out. But, nonetheless, I've been Eddie. This is the Rollback. If you like what you're seeing here, go check out our other videos, especially when I'm there. Those are the best ones. We do also have a podcast that comes out now every Monday because we found out, statistically speaking, you're more likely to listen to it if it comes out on a Monday. That said, we'll catch y'all later. Bye, everybody.